how crowded, how big is the open telemetry market? Because sometimes we have to worry about the vendor sprawl. It's good to have a healthy ecosystem there, but choices can also be.
Yeah. I mean, it's like the total addressable market of observability is everyone, right? Like, I think one thing that's really interesting with OpenTelemetry is that if you think broadly about what is telemetry, I mean, sure, there's application metrics, logs, traces, infrastructure metrics, and logs. But think about, from the perspective of a business, well, there's a lot of business data that ultimately is telemetry. There's user analytics. There's order confirmations and shipping and revenue data and contact lists and all this data that you need to run a business. A lot of that is telemetry. And when I think about what is OpenTelemetry doing today and where is it going in the future, I see it being really about expanding into that greater and greater definition of what telemetry is. And that's one of the things that we're working on as a project right now. We just announced this week that we're bringing in profiling as a new signal. So continuous profiles, we're able to get sort of function and line of code level insights into your application behavior. We're also working really hard to add in this idea of events. So things like cloud events or software development lifecycle events, or user sessions, or even user analytics, right? There's so many things that are just an event in the world of software performance. We're going to be bringing those in as well, and we'll have a spec for that. And all of this, a really interesting way I've been thinking about this is, if you think about how the web has changed over the years, one of the biggest changes was this idea of schemas for content. So it used to be you would just have a website, you would put some stuff on it, but then everyone, because it became easier to Google was able to come out and kind of throw support behind this idea of schemas. So you have a blog schema or a e-commerce schema or a product schema. And then when your website gets indexed by a search engine, they could use that schema to kind of display results in a more contextual way. And I think you're seeing a very similar thing where OpenTelemetry is driving the creation of a lot of these data schemas, and that's going to have a really huge impact on not just how people generate and create and collect data, but also in how companies think about that data, how observability tooling processes that data, the sort of questions you can ask about that data. And it's going to have pretty far-reaching impacts on not just the Honeycombs of the world, but also I think your big data places and your business analytics places and so on and so forth.